Alrighty, guys, it's time to wrap it up for today. It is 3:30. It is Wednesday, April 9th. And sorry I missed the last update, but it's been a pretty crazy day, I have to say. And for the markets too, very much crazy. So today was pretty much a sloppy day. If we started off on a short side, the overnight was crazy given the China retaliation and how it started up. There was a pretty crazy overnight. The day session started off, and you can see us going sideways here, not going anywhere, just back and forth and back and forth. And then suddenly this happened. So, I mean, you can see everything is just lagging on my chart here. I got too much going on here, but it's not keeping up, and that's why you see some funny looking bars here. But basically, what happened is they announced a 90-day tariff pause, I guess in most countries except China. So market just exploded into a face-ripping rally. And this is like what? It starts here at the 5,030s, and we are trading right now. If you look at my symbol manager, which just shows the actual price at 54.83. So that's where we are trading right now. 54.83, maybe high, even high, 88 now. Yeah, it's way up there. So we are heading up towards the 5,500. So about a 500 point run on the ES in one day. I think that's maybe a record. Nasdaq is up from 17.4 to 18. That's like 1,500 points. I put one trade on a different account, which is where I only have a couple of charts looking at, and I also yes, if you, like not too long ago, and when the Nasdaq was moving higher, I got filled and I was up like 50, 60 bucks, and I was out. That was it. So up and down. It's just so volatile. I say, okay, I'm glad I just didn't get flat out stopped out. So I just got $1 out of that trade. And man, I say, okay, I'm not touching this. So it's like the volatility is crazy and the range is crazy. Yes, you just can't really trade this. So I basically left that alone. And with trading this, we're starting off this on the long side, if you could guess that. So trading this on the long side of the market to get started. The high here at 54.35 is not close. We are even higher now. So we are up here against the 45, 54.80s in this general area right now trading. And yeah, start from the long side. I would stay out of the market until this calms down a bit because this is just nuts what's going on right now. So I would hold off a little bit, wait for it to calm down and see if they get any continuation on this tomorrow. Because this is just one face ripping rally to the upside. Everything is just way up. And if you were short in a position and didn't have a stop, you blew up your account. That's what happened today. So and this is kind of what I've been warning about. It's like headlines is what could get you caught. So if you're trading, you have to trade with a lot of caution. Make sure your stop is in. You can definitely take a position and may have time to get your stop in, but don't mess with your stop. Don't try to repair a trade too much in a day like this because you get stuck in a move like this. Wow, it'll be ugly. So stop is the how you protect yourself, and you better have it in there. Trade without a stop today, and you're short, and you before you know it, you're down 500 points or in the ES, and that's not a good day. So starting off on the long side at this point, I'm gonna have to wait and see how this pans out and rebuild the chart again to see what it really looks like. But it is moving higher, so it's a pretty much a not like a flat out free for all to the upside. Looking at the Nasdaq and the bond market recovering nicely. They're back up to the high side on 1508 again. So definitely recovering nicely on the way up here. So bond market, nice recovery. You can see here's a reaction. Not super, it's crazy on the bond market, but it's definitely a big reaction. So they went from 120, 112.28 to it's a point and a half on the upside on the bonds. That's pretty crazy in a 5-minute bar. The big bars here, a lot of crazy stuff going on, but net to the upside to the bond market, I would trade that from the long side of the market given the news. See if you can retrace this back up to the 116s again. So starting off on the long side on the bond market as well. On the Nasdaq, same story there. Face ripping rally to the upside. They are trading. My chart is not closed, but they're trading around the 19,230 right now. Okay, no, not too bad. Kind of close here on the F2, 19,200. That's where they are. I tried to get long around 18,990, heading up to that tab. And that was funny how that trade worked out. I got lucky on that thing because as soon as I clicked in, as soon as it got filled, I realized how small my stop was. It's like I can barely see it. It's just stupid. And then I break even and then out. It's like, oh, okay. Whew. So I didn't touch it after that. So yeah, that was it. But I did it on another account, but I don't have all the charts running, and just a couple of charts, and it's keeping up. So trade that from the long side of the market. Nasdaq is kind of way back up here again. So looking at the Nasdaq back up to the 200, heading up into the territory where we started before the flat out run tariff rundown. So we're up here up to about the 19,000s. And if we can get some follow through, we'll back up in this 19.6, maybe even 20,000 range. We'll be back up in no time. So you can see what kind of rally we're looking at here, right? So we were down here. I can't even see it. It's like 1,500 points in reversal in a matter of minutes. That's how crazy this is. So you won't see these kind of volatility levels probably ever again in your lifetime. That's how crazy this is. Anyway, looking at the so trade bonds and so trade bonds, Nasdaq E is also on the long side of the market to get started. If you're going to trade it, I would recommend you don't. Just stay away from it for a bit. Let it calm down. Oil and gold. Gold is holding on. Had a little rotation down here, not a big one, but a little rotation down. They're still trading kind of to the upside, so they're trying to take this higher. So I would look at the traded gold from the long side at least to get started, and I would actually trade oil from the long side as well. Look at oil retracing. Fear of global recession alleviated. Oil prices taking off that recession premium. Big move to the upside on oil. So there you have it. So that's most likely what's driving oil prices right now. So trade oil from the long side to get started. Trade gold from the long side. Everything from the long side of the market right now. All right, and then let's see how it pans out, if it how far they can take it. But definitely a pretty crazy end of this day. And this is like this. I mean, yeah, remember this morning it looked bleak. It looked pretty freaking miserable. And like, I mean, how long is this going to go on? And then suddenly you have a headline, and suddenly you're looking at the market doing what it's doing. This is the times we are in. So we had to trade accordingly and be very, very cautious. Alrighty, guys, we'll leave it there for now, and I'll see you back at 8:05 in the morning. You have a good evening. Later. By the way, before I wrap it, tomorrow we have a CPI print. Not because I think that's going to do much good. It's going to be all dominated by these tariffs still, but definitely that is a piece of news which could move the market. So anyway, see you in the morning. Later.